tere tulemast, PÖFF TV, tere tulemast, PÖFFi. Welcome again to this interview that we used to introduce our movies. And this year, first time, the first movie of Rebels with a Cause. As I always tell you, you better don't come to see these movies. I mean, guys, you have to think about what you do with your life. And actually, this movie is already sold out, so bad luck for you. Anyway, there are more screenings. If there is some people that they don't know exactly what is their goals in their life, they want to try new things and they want to be bold,
Yeah.
they can still see your movie, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to probably be sold out by the end of today, though, I imagine. So,
So, guys,
get on it quick.
yeah, I mean, this one, the first one is already sold out, so I don't know. Yeah, decide what you do with your life first, and in case you want to include seeing an amazing movie in your life plan, be quick.
Yeah.
Okay, we are so lucky here to have like two people related with the movie, and I'm gonna start with you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jamie Adams. Welcome to Tallinn Black Nights.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for help us to open this competition, which is the one devoted to the bold audience, to the people who's ready to challenge themselves through different kind of language. And this is what your movie, I think, it offers.
Yeah.
Actually, if we go to the text in our website, that text, I don't know who wrote it, it says lust, luxury, suspense, and now I understand why it's so loud, and the big sun, the artist ego. So is your movie really about the ego or the artist?
Well, whoever wrote that as a poet.
Well,
so-
no, not really, not really. It's just a guy that chooses some movie from time to time.
And did you just tell people not to come to see the films? Is that what you do?
Yeah,
with Rebel?
I told them, yeah.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, thanks for still coming. Even though you're not going to come. What was your question? Sorry, sir. What was
So it's your movie. It's about the status of the artist.
Yes.
It's about the ego of the artist and how they can deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Okay, next question. No.
Yeah. No, I think it's become a thing with my films that I'm interested in why people are artists, why I'm an artist, what that life is, what is the purpose of that, especially as I get older. I got 3 kids, and they really humble you and keep you grounded and keep you in this kind of space of, is art, important endeavor. And I think this is what my films have been. But they must have been comedies, because I find it very it's much more of a interesting way of exploring things for me, because I'm naturally much more inclined towards comedy. But with James McAvoy, James came into the picture in early on in the casting, and James McAvoy is the lead in the film, and just so anyone doesn't know, and I don't know where I'm looking either. I'm looking for this audience somewhere. But James was kind of going through quite an intense moment in his life, and so he wanted to explore the ego of the artist. It was kind of just coming after COVID, and so his film had got shut down. One that he was doing, I think it was Speak No Evil, and so he was having a moment of reflection, and so it became more intense, and so that's why Turn Up the Sun has ended up being more of a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to bring them because we are not making any spoiler here.
No.
This is a movie with some switch and some internal moves in the script, but it actually started also almost like a happy-go-lucky weekend with an artist couple, and almost turning onto a ghost movie.
Yes.
And then let's see, maybe it's a thriller, maybe it's...
Yeah, I mean, that's the other. I mean, what would you say it is?
I'd say it's on its way to a thriller. It's on its way there. It becomes very suspenseful and it becomes very dark, and it's almost like we enter the character's mind, like we become a part of him in a way, and it gets quite confusing, almost labyrinthy.
Labyrinthy is a good word for it. I mean, it is essentially you're watching a guy try to relive some kind of trying to find that, you know, that moment as an artist where you get really excited about a subject and your way into that subject, your exploration as an artist, and that's kind of what we were excited about, exploring the film and making the film, and that's kind of what the character Thomas Alexander is meant to be, trying to relive the glory days, trying to create a happening, which is interesting. I think that Tallinn calls itself some kind of happening, this festival. But that was it. It was like a 60s kind of like happening vibe. But those happenings in the 60s in art, they're pretty suspect in terms of the way in which they were set up. You know, people didn't necessarily know what they were going into or what they were going to experience. And you would never be able to do any kind of art like that now. A performance art piece, for example, where people didn't know what they were getting themselves into. But this is Thomas Alexander's world for his photography. He would always set up some kind of happening moment where the subjects may not necessarily know that they're involved in that art. And I think in our film, this is him trying to get back to those to that feeling,
to that experience, no?
To that experience, exactly. But I think potentially, maybe the time in which he finds himself now has moved on from where he once began, and to adapt as an artist, I think, is also it's a fascinating thing to try and.
Yeah, actually, this was recently with one of the filmmakers attending the festival. We were having this conversation about how he loves the movies that you can't predict what is coming next, and like you are open to experience all the time like a new thing, and like you don't anticipate, and you just really have to be ready whatever comes. And this is what one of the things that your movie provides. It's a full-on experience, and I think one of the full basements of that, of one of the pillars, is like the performance of the artist, no? And like we have the luck today of having Lucy Tennant here, that is one of your main collaborators in this putting together the actors and like make him like the dance around. So how was to work with Jamie and with this nice cast on like a total improv proposal?
Well, the cast were incredible, and it's always a surreal and wonderful experience to work with Jamie and collaborate with him, because the way that his films are made, the way that the improv goes, is very actor-led, and it's very off the wall in a way. And my role there is to rein it in as much as I can and create as much structure as possible so that the crew can all do their jobs as well, and we can have the structure really mostly at the beginning of the day, so that the actors feel like they are in a place where they're ready to perform and they've got what they're used to lead them up to the performance, so that they can then really be in it, and then they can be with Jamie and living as that character throughout the days. And especially with this cast, it was really interesting to see how much they embodied it, how much they really threw themselves into it. And there were quite a lot of things that happened within the shooting of it that were very unexpected for us all, but kept us really within that story.
I mean, what Lucy's speaking about.
Yeah, you manage to do that, guys, because you get involved with them. You think you feel the mystery once you're there.
Yeah, you know, absolutely. Because it's all about discovery, but it's about creating that space. That's all we're doing really with this process, is making sure it's all about performance. It's all about creating that safe space at the heart of it, which Lucy guides, and then I'm just in the middle of it causing chaos with the actors, and then everyone else around us is also improvising within the crew, because things are changing, constantly changing. But that's kind of, you know, that's the reason to do these films so low budget and shoot them quickly, and it's so that it gives us the opportunity to try things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to try anywhere else. And that's why I love, like I told you before, the Strand Rebel with a Cause. It does feel completely right for what it is that we're doing, because we're, you know, it's like the French New Wave or any kind of, or Dogma 95. It's any kind of exploration within cinema language. It's right, and we're trying to continue to do that.
and considering cinema as a language itself, like from theater or from literature, or
Yeah.
like because you have a lot of also visual solutions in the movie, and like one of them, I think, together one of the most important, together with amazing performance, is like the setup, like all the art direction, all that they make you feel that you are in a special place, that anything can happen, because it's already like this art of quiet luxury somehow.
Yeah, I mean, there is a kind of script, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a skeleton that I schedule the whole thing before we go into it, and then we usually do the first day, and at the end of the first day, and then every day thereafter, we see where the story went that day, and we sit down together at the end of the day and talk about where we're going to go next, and where we've been, and where the story now feels like it's going. So every day is decided the morning of or the night before where it's going to be, and we are all, cast and crew alike, we're all living through it together. We're all really on that journey. Everybody's really involved.
But it's led by James. It's always led by the cast, and it's a constant dialogue as soon as they say that they're on board. Because I mean, this is quite a leap of faith for them, and it's quite vulnerable space to be, and so they have to trust me, trust the initial processes about character development, and we do that via rehearsals. And nowadays that's on Zoom, unfortunately, where it would be great if it was back in a rehearsal space. But they feel confident going in that they at least know, where their character's coming from and where they would like them to be. However, as soon as we start guiding through the scenes, and as Lucy was saying, we do get to the end of each day and kind of go, okay, so that's what happened today.
Yeah.
So where does that take us tomorrow? And everyone's involved in that chat in terms of cast and us.
Wow, it sounds like I went to see the movie about how you make the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Every time we make these films, there's always somebody on set that will invariably go, God, I wish I could see the film of making of this film. No, but it is fascinating, and one day, hopefully, there is a document of that. But that's why these films end up being so idiosyncratic and having this personality. And you don't know where it's going. I mean, the labyrinth thing, the mystery thing, I'm happy to hear that. That's exactly where
and that's why we are so honored to have this movie to just start our competition this year.
Appreciate
because
it.
like a full cast, glory cast on their prime, a movie that you cannot really know when it's going next, like switching genres and switching, like twisting the script all the time, all set in a really wishful space that you would like to be them, to don't know what to happen in that unless weekend.
Yeah.
So it's like many reasons to, and like also on top of this, like some well-known faces that they are populating the script that also add some sort of a strangeness to the thing, because we are not used to see big stars risking themselves, like what to do. So I think there are enough elements to understand why this movie sold out today. But at the same time, if there are some people that they are still doubting and they don't feel rebel enough, which is the reason you will give to suggest them to come to see this movie?
You can take that first.
I think it's a different kind of movie experience. It's very, very real. And I think that comes from none of it being planned as such. None of it's forced. It's all a living thing. It's a being. It's
Oh, I love that.
an experience.
So it's like a living being, no?
Yeah.
It is
Live being,
visceral. It is alive.
It is a wolf.
It
right?
is, it is a wolf.
Oh.
Everybody will have their own unique experience with this film, because there's no dictating necessarily what it is that they have to think or they have to feel. It's something that you bring yourself to, and you see yourself within it, and whatever that experience becomes is what you'll take away from it. So I think this is the moment to see a film like this in Tallinn. This is it. This is the space. So don't wait around, guys. They're gonna be sold out end of the day.
You heard them already. So yeah, turn up the sun. 12 November, first screening, already sold out. There will be more to come. Be ready. And yeah, this is Javier Garcia Puerto. We are happy to launch Rebels with a Cause in PÖFF 25. Now to que filme.